What's up, Baton Rouge? Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate, it's that we are powerful beyond measure. Red Stick Strong. Built by the Red Stick Podcast, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode. Look, if it's your first time listening, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Go like the video. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you want to talk about, who you want to listen to, blah, 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 blah. Shout out Elevate Treatment and Legacy Center for hosting us every single Friday, man. We appreciate them. Sidekick Shoe Boutique. Y'all can find them on Side Space Kicks at Facebook. Also, Lifted in Fitness Nutrition. You can find them on Facebook as well. Lifted in Fitness Nutrition, man. Today we are pleasured to be joined by the one, the only. I call him Boston, but if you want to look him up, legal name and all that good stuff, look him up under William Schumacher.
Oh, down, dude.
So yeah, we're glad to have Boston here, man. Welcome aboard. What's going on with you?
Not much, man. Not much. Just enjoying the new year, you know. I'm glad to be down here. Unique New York.
Yes, indeed. Are you New Year, New You and you? So look, man, for anybody who doesn't know, man, Boston comes way of...
New England, New Hampshire.
We gotta be able to hear you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can hear me, dude. My voice is, okay. I've never been told that I'm quiet, bro, ever in my life, you know?
So New Hampshire?
Yeah, from New Hampshire, yeah.
Okay.
Made it down to Houston 4 or 5 years ago, having fun out there, a little bit too much fun. Made it to Baton Rouge, I met you guys, and...
Currently residing?
Lafayette, yeah.
All right, man. So my boy Boston here, he's got some good time sober, coming up on 4 years, correct?
Yeah, this year.
Local businessman up in the Lafayette area.
Yep,
right?
try to, yeah.
Okay, so you got Sober Livings.
Yeah, I got a Sober Living, Bill's house. It's doing well, men's house, giving back to what was given to me, you know what I'm saying? And I have a remodeling company also, Haggerty Remodeling.
Haggerty Remodeling. Where did the Haggerty come from?
That's my grandfather. It's my grandfather. Best guy I've ever known in my life. Hard worker his whole life. And, obviously I wasn't there a lot, you know what I'm saying, through it. So the only way I could think to memorialize him was to do that. It helps me stay on track daily.
All right, well, tell us how they can get in touch with Haggerty Remodeling or Bill's house, man.
You can reach us at my cell, 225-326-7709. You can check us out on the internet. We have a Facebook page, Haggerty Remodeling LLC. Google, same Haggerty Remodeling LLC. Or you can check out our webpage, which is HAGGSRMDL.com.
Okay. And business is going good in the new year, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You're enjoying it, huh?
Yeah, it's nice.
So, I'm truly blessed to have you on, man. First and foremost, tell everybody about kind of, what was your path to where you're at, man? It's always beautiful to see people who have, recreated their lives. I saw you 4 years ago, beat to hell and back, man. And so to watch where you're at now, man, entrepreneur spirit, being able to reconnect with your family. I know the holidays just passed, and being able to, I know you took a trip up there.
Oh, yeah.
So, what kind of led you and formed you down here to Baton Rouge, man?
Well, obviously it started for me when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? Young, and selfish and self-centered, like they say in the fellowship that we do. Huh? Oh, God, Lord. For the longest time I thought I wasn't, dude. I swear to God I didn't, too. I was like, no, I'm not selfish, man. I help everybody out, but always with an ulterior motive, you know what I'm saying? There was always, how am I going to get mine in the later run or whatever, alienated myself from my family, the normal stuff that we do. And just kept on running, thinking that maybe I could do better, maybe I could try this, maybe I could try that, maybe this would work out, and it never did, you know what I'm saying? It got to the point where it was just, I had to give up.
And so you found your way to Baton Rouge.
Mm-hmm.
How long ago was that?
Let's see, I want to say about 4 years ago. 4 years, I put together about 5 months. Some reservations, some reservations kicked up. I went out for about 2.5 weeks. It got shown real quick where my self-will will get me. You know what I'm saying? And then I came back truly willing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
What bridge were you at?
Oh, shit, you do this every time, dude. Look, man, I hate you, dude, so much.
So the inside joke, everybody who knows, Boston on his way down had what he could identify as a spiritual experience, crossing a bridge that leads from Lafayette to Baton Rouge. And it's always fun to hear him try to say it. He'll
Listen, like, and I know, like, I can hear the word in my head. But it looks the Atchafalaya Basin, dude. That's what it comes out. That's what it comes out.
It's called the Atchafalaya Basin. And so one of the big things I've been talking about, especially this month with all the guests, man, and we're wrapping up January here, and so. With that being said and everything, man, I'm really big on like setting goals, right? That's what's kind of allowed me to prosper in my life, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, is setting different goals, allowing myself to pursue more based in the principles that I practice, right?
Right.
And so what are some of the things you're trying to see in this new year, man?
I mean, I'd like to see the business grow. There's some things that I need to do for that. I'd like to be licensed. I'd like to see the house grow a little bit more, if I could. Maybe open up a second house. It's a thought, you know what I'm saying? And one of the big goals for me is I'm trying to save for my own house.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest goal that I have right now.
Pursuit of owning your own home.
It'd be nice, dude. One of these days.
From drug addict to homeowner.
Shit.
In and out.
Got me getting chills, dude.
I know your story, man. And so to me, that's powerful. Being in and out of jails, being out from a broken home, being in and out of the legal system, and just all the things that you've been through to in a matter of 4 years be able to buy your own home. That's beautiful. Progression. What do you find is your motivation, like your why, like why you find the desire to want to live your better life, why you find the desire to pursue and help others, why you find the desire to open your own companies and live a prosperous life and be a good example that people do recover, people do change their lives. Because I mean, there's a big negative narrative going around that just opiate addicts are dropping out left and right, drug addicts, alcoholics, man, which is true.
No, for sure.
It's not just like this false narrative, but it is a negative narrative.
Yeah.
And part of my joy in this platform is to highlight the positivity.
Right, I got you on that.
So what's your drive? What's your life?
Well, I mean, I'd say at the beginning, my drive was I just wanted to see if there was something different. You know what I'm saying? That's all I wanted, right? Because like I followed my own path for the longest time. You know what I mean? Thinking that I could do this, and always went down the wrong side. At that divergent, I always tend to go left where it was dark. No, there's the sun, there's clouds breaking through. No, man, it was always dark.
Less fun over there, though.
Yeah. But I wanted to try something different. You know what I mean? And then dude, what gets me up every day is seeing where I've gotten. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's not me. You know what I'm saying? I put the footwork in. I get it, right? But I know that's not me, dude. You know what I mean? It's the people I keep around me. It's my heart. It's everything. It's the spirit. It's everything, dude. And every day I wake up and I just want to see what today brings. Right. You know what I'm saying? I want to see where that comes from. What's next?
And one of the beautiful things about it is the transformation that I see happen, where people who, in the most unlikely of situations, and the most unlikely of people, become mentors.
Shit,
right?
dude.
So, for whether or not you believe this or not, you've been able to influence and impact, right? So I've been on this big kick about what's your impact? How do we expand our impact? And so to watch you and what you do, and to have seen you, right? Because I mean, you lived with me and my son living houses.
Yeah.
You went to the treatment center I was working at.
Yeah. That's how we met.
And then out of nowhere, probably 2 years ago?
Yeah, about that.
We really just kind of clicked up. You became part of my circle. I became part of your circle.
For sure.
Which is a huge, important aspect to me, right?
For sure. For sure. Yeah.
The ability to I talk about it all the time, audit your circle.
For sure. Yeah.
So grow the business. What about emotional goals, man? What are you seeking in the future?
It's crazy that you bring that up because I just had a split up, right? A breakup, right? And I've been thinking on it, this is the first time in my whole life that I've ever been alone, ever, right? There has always been my older brother. always. And then when there wasn't that, and I was a kid, I was locked up. There was always people around me. As an adult, I was surrounded by people, even if they didn't care. Always. Treatment again, right? Sober living, right? And then from sober living straight into with my girl, right? So this is the first time that I'm honestly by myself, and I'm hoping to see what that growth looks like. You know what I'm saying? When I just moved into my own place, and I was feeling under the weather, this whole thing that's going around, and I was laying on my couch for like 4 days, just being a bum, just not feeling well. and I thought, like, I was like, man, is this depression? Like, is this, because that's where it usually goes. It was just the cold. It's just the cold. I mean, and it's not that, like, I'm not, obviously I have feelings about what's going on and everything, but it's not as devastating as it used to be before, you know what I'm saying? And I'd love to see where that goes, you know?
And so, basically what I'm hearing is, you want to see what peace looks like, inner peace.
Sure.
And not to say that you haven't experienced it.
Right.
But it's easy to find inner peace when
you have somebody.
Right.
But is there the same thing when it's just me? And like, it feels like it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it feels good. You know what I mean? And there was another thing that, like, I'd like to say that, like, my motivation is purely self-driven, but I seem to work harder when there's somebody else with me. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know what it is, but like I can survive on just.
I mean, in essence, you have a family to provide for.
Right, exactly. And it makes me push harder, right? And by myself, I can just kind of slow down and just live, you know what I mean, and still do all right. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that the growth will come where I still pursue hard enough.
Yes,
do you know what I'm saying? To build up for me and just see where that goes.
And be grateful that your achievements and your desire and your wants are pure and self-driven, right?
Yeah, for sure, dude.
And just, for clarity, when I say self-driven, of course, in my life and knowing you, I understand that self-driven with the guidance and influence of my higher power.
Right, for sure. Yeah, dude, we don't need me self-driven anymore, bro. It's not pretty, dude.
You'll end up having to have another spiritual experience across that chapter. So the spiritual growth, right? The understanding to live by yourself. What else is going on in the life, man?
On a day-to-day, not much. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. You know what I mean? I've been trying to put myself back into some good situations. I try to swing by my sober house more, put my face in there, talk to the guys. I'm trying to build, just the normal stuff, building up the company. I've been trying to go to a lot more meetings lately.
Okay.
I noticed that, and I believe that I hit a point where to maintain, I didn't have to hit as many. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I feel that I need to jump back into it. I've been being asked a lot lately to tell my story, which for me is, from the first time to this last time, I've seen tremendous growth, and it's probably one of the highlights of my life, dude, just to tell my story. I was actually talking to my older brother about it, and he's like, dude, do you think you'll do this for the rest of your life? And I said, bro, they make a circuit out of this, and I'm hoping that I can travel the country doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that I think that my thing's that powerful, but that it is like such a powerful thing for me.
Well, I want you not be modest. I mean, I've been privileged to hear your story, and it is powerful, right?
I appreciate it.
And the beauty of what happens and the beauty of this and the beauty of recreation of life,
oh, for sure,
is the ability to inspire change amongst other people, right?
Yeah.
And which better way than to let for me that I was, in and out of schools and getting kicked out of schools and getting in trouble in school and just being this wannabe rebellion, and then, addicted to opiates and disconnected from my family and just absent in all areas of my life and no will to succeed.
Right.
I mean, I look back on what my life was before I found this new way of living.
Right.
And more than just the drugs and alcohol, I just didn't have a will to do anything.
Right,
I didn't have a will to be productive. I didn't have a will to influence. I didn't have a will to do anything.
No,
right?
just survive. Just that.
And survival for me was, can I get another shot at
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
And so, like, what I found, especially in my life, and you know, I challenge people to do is, and it's being able to see you do it's awesome, is which better way to let people know than like, this was me.
Yeah.
You know, I've been where you're at. I've been at that point where I don't have anything to my name.
Yeah.
You know? And
fuck,
like,
multiple times.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
your story of the progression, of the elevation of your life, of the growth is powerful, and it should be shared, and it should be just you know, broadcasted to the public.
I appreciate that, dude. You know what I mean? Like I appreciate that, dude. That makes me feel good inside, you know?
Don't cry. There's
No, dude, you know what I'm saying? You want to talk about growth, right? Yeah. Like when I first came in, I couldn't make it through, what was it? Telling my family story, telling my life story? Bro. Yeah. It's like 2 words in, I think I said my brother's name and was just blue, like.
And look, not to say crying is a bad thing.
No, not at all, dude.
Emotional.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, there are definitely times in my story when I'm telling it that I will get choked up. My grandfather, my mother, there's things that come up. You know what I'm saying? And the cool thing is that like, it doesn't, you know what I mean? I like showing that emotion. I like people to see that, dude. It's all right to show that emotion. It's good to show that emotion.
And that's the connection. Right? That's where we connect with people.
Oh, for sure.
It's like, I know where you've been, and like I can still feel
Yeah.
that pain.
Yeah.
And you know, I believe that there is pain that you need to experience in your life in order to have the desire to change.
For sure. For sure.
And to be able to even express that to people is a powerful event. You know, so another thing, right, that like has been just, you know, and quick background, you know, for those of y'all who don't know, me and Boston, we hang out every week at least.
As much as we can.
We have a guys group that meets, and so like the idea and formation of wanting to do some type of podcast was actually Boston's idea.
I appreciate that, dog. I appreciate that.
And so, you know, I kind of took it over, and so it's only right that he's on here. I wish I could have got him on earlier, but it won't be. It might be his first, but I promise you, it won't be his last.
I'll be as many times as I can.
But so I had Ronnie on last week.
Right. Love that kid.
Y'all two are in pretty similar positions in length of time. I think you got a little more time than him. But neither here nor there, like the beauty of watching people, you know, strive for more.
Yeah.
Like, so the very first episode I posted in the new year was about the pursuit of more, grounded in the principles that I operate within, right? The spiritual principles.
Okay.
And I believe that the pursuit of more gets a bad rap. Because everybody's like, oh, you got to be grateful and blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. I'm grateful for what I have.
Right. But I want more. Yeah. Where's the goal? Where's the set? Where's the ambition?
And also, you know, one of the big things that I talked about was actually not only pursuing more, but learning to enjoy the journey.
For sure.
Learning to enjoy the sacrifice.
Yeah, for sure.
And so, like, to see where you're at, and I mean, so Haggerty Remodeling.
Yes.
Right? How long y'all been up and running?
A little over a year now.
A little over a year. Yeah. And business is booming.
Business is great, man. Picked up faster than I thought it would. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And everybody asks, like, how do you advertise? I don't.
Right.
I don't. Let the work speak for itself. Look at the testimonials from the people. You know what I mean?
And even bigger than that, like, I think what you do on a spiritual and emotional level applies to your work, right? So it's the same principle in every aspect, right? I'm going to allow you to be attracted to my spiritual growth.
Yeah.
I'm going to allow you to be attracted to my work, right? And so...
Thought I shut it off, dude. I thought I shut it off.
Background phone, no biggie. Turn off that phone. So you know, so what do you feel in the spiritual growth aspect of your life has translated to allow you to be a successful businessman?
Oh, Jesus, dude.
Yeah, I'm coming with the pressure today.
Jesus.
I'm not laying anything up.
No, but I mean, it's like what you said, and I've noticed it from sitting down and having my initial consultation with people.
Okay.
Like there's a big job that I'm looking at right now, right? Sat down with this guy, and we just had a quick conversation. And he's like, I got to tell you that I got a couple other guys coming in, and I said, dude, go with it.
Yeah.
Get the numbers, and he's like, I don't want to. I want to go with you. And this is just a conversation. And I left and I was like, how, like, that never would have happened before. Do you know what I'm saying? And like, I didn't know how to describe what was going on. You know what I mean? But I believe that there was a spiritual connection there. You know what I mean? And being upfront with them. And the same thing happened a couple days before that on a phone call with the woman. You know, unfortunately, we couldn't come together on the job. But she was like, "Man, just talking to you, I love the way that you're coming out in your presence and your energy and everything." And
I think, I'm big on, like, I guess, for lack of a better term, I'm gonna use the term karma, but what you put into the world is what you get, right? And so, like, as I continue to apply good in the world, as I continue to pursue spiritual growth, great things happen.
Always. Yeah, dude. Yeah. And I believe you. I'm a firm believer on what karma is, and putting out energy, and what type of energy you put out is what you get back. I mean, I look back on my life, and what I was putting out was negativity, and that's what I got. And it is what it is, my life changed, my goals changed, my perception has changed, and
my circle changed.
Circles definitely changed, you know what I mean? And, going back to audit your circle of friends, I have an inner tribe, which you and a couple other guys are my inner tribe. And then, the rest of the guys are there. You know what I'm saying?
And it's not to say that, there's I have different acceptance of them. It's just, I think it's important to have, like, your core group.
For sure.
Like, I can't just be out here,
best friend and everybody up. You know what I mean? No, and I understand it too. And it's like, I mean, and not to say that, like, the business aspect comes into it, but, I own a sober living house, and I'm tight with the guys there, but my relationship with them is not my relationship with my tribe. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. The relationship that I make with a sponsee is not the same as my tribe. You know what I mean? That's my tribe. Like that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody told me that before, and I was like, dude, I'm taking that. That's mine. That's mine, dude. That's mine.
So with all that being said, man, and we're gonna wrap up here soon, but I want you to leave, with one thing, right? Like, if you were to challenge, right? If you were to challenge, somebody who's struggling right now in any facet of life, right? Like, you talk about mental health, man, it's running rampant, especially with all the COVID and stuff. If you're talking about addiction, if you're talking about whatever it may be, right? If there's somebody listening to this right now who has been thinking for months or years about wanting to venture out and do their own thing, right? Like, what is your parting motivation for, seeking more, desiring, making that jump, whatever it may be?
Damn, dude, why? You know what I mean? Like, why? It's gonna give me a minute to think on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying. I mean, my parting shots. I mean, I guess you never know until you make the shot, right? And fear has driven a lot of us to not do it. You know what I'm saying? I tell my guys this all the time. You know what I mean? When they come to me and they ask me dumb fucking questions, you know what I mean? Because they do. The worst I can say to you is no. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And if it's no, well, then is there something I can do to change that and see what's going on? And maybe there's a different avenue I could try. You know what I mean? But fucking don't give up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. So I look back to where I got, right? Where I got into my addiction, and where it brought me was suicide. That's where I would come. That's where I'd always go to. And this last one, after having a little bit of time and seeing that I could have a better life, and then falling back down that rabbit hole, dude, I was real close. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was the constant thought on my head for a couple days while laying in bed, But I bucked up and I tried something different. And it's changed my whole outlook on everything. You know what I mean? That permanent solution, I was looking for these temporary problems in my life, scares the shit out of me all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that I was that close to missing all of this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The friendships, the love, my family, just what's going on in my life. That I was just going to give it up, That I thought that, I couldn't make it. You know what I'm saying?
That's powerful.
It catches me. But I gave up. I gave up in a good way. You know what I'm saying? I gave up thinking that I knew what was right, that I knew what to do, that because I've read this book and I've been in these rooms since I was 12, I understand what you guys are trying to do, because I had no idea. I gave up and I let somebody else take over for a little while, and they've directed me into a good spot. And I believe that could happen with any of us, whether you're struggling with addiction, whether you're struggling with whatever your struggle is. You know what I'm saying? I do understand that like mental health is different, and you do need to seek, you know, professional help with that.
But at some point, you gotta give up.
You do.
Or you gotta, I don't like give up. Surrender.
Surrender. Yeah,
right?
better.
I gotta let go of what I thought I used to know.
Shit.
And just accept something. And even if it was accepting new help and spiritual help.
Yeah.
And so, with all that being said, you know, what I kind of gather from you is you can't make a splash if you don't jump in the pool.
Shit. You know. Yeah.
With risk
comes reward, right? Comes reward. And there's that thought that like maybe I'll fail. Yeah, maybe you'll fall. Yeah. You'll fall. And that's all right. It's okay to fall, dude. What do we do when we fall? We get back up. We try again.
You only
That's
fail
it.
if you stop. You only fail if you stop. Well, look, man, I appreciate you joining us, bro. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. It's even better to be able to talk to you, you know, on the podcast and everything, man. So look, if y'all are looking for any construction work in the Lafayette area,
Lafayette, Baton Rouge, we're good. We travel.
Look at Hags Remodeling. If you're looking for sober living, if you're looking for treatment out in the Lafayette area, man, y'all give my boy Boston a call. His information will be pinned in the comments and in the info. So look, man, if y'all are looking for anything, go follow him, man. So once again, man, thank y'all for listening. Please follow, like, comment, man. Let's grow this thing. Subscribe, whichever it may be, man. So shout out to our sponsors. We have First Priority Medical, local healthcare provider here. It's kind of like a primary care clinic. They got the PCR test for COVID, antigen test. Come get your follow-ups with a provider. Establish, you know, primary care and all that, man. It's a really beautiful place. It's located off of Jefferson in the heart of Baton Rouge. And also shout out Movements in Motion, local dance studio here in Baton Rouge, man. They doing great things for the little ones. Y'all go give them a follow on Facebook, Movements in Motion. Right off of Sherwood is where their studio is located. We appreciate all our sponsors, man. They make this possible for us. So if y'all don't mind, go give them a follow on Facebook. You never know when you might need them. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Love y'all.
Love you.